Okay, so in today's video we're gonna look at the grub error. So like when you're trying to boot in your system, you are going to see this kind of grub error. So what it basically is, your grub file is corrupted. So you can try to fix it with the grub commands, but like in majority of the cases they will not work. So in that case, try to reinstall the grub. Okay, so to reinstall it, you need to boot into your live ISO. Okay, so in this video I'm going to use Ubuntu. So let's see you in the live ISO.
Yeah, okay, so we are in our live Ubuntu. So now we have to open our terminal. Okay, so this is our terminal. What we are going to do is like we are going to mount our root partition. So to see all the partition on your hard drive, you can use lsblk command. Okay, so my hard disk is represented as SDA, and my Ubuntu is on partition number 3. First of all, you need to sudo mount, and then you have to like type dev. Dev stand for device, so dev slash you have to write a hard disk. So my hard disk is SDA, and then you have to write the partition number. So my root partition is 3. So we are going to mount it at mnt. Okay, wait, sorry, I got a typo error. Mount. Okay, so now, so we had mounted the partition, so you can check it by lsblk. Sorry, lsblk. So as you can see, partition 3 has been mounted as mnt. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to cd on our mnt, and then okay, so a quick note, like for those who are in ext4, you are going to see all the partition like this, and for those who are in Btrfs, you are going to see all the partition like this. Okay, so I'm going to cover it up. So for Btrfs users, so you're going to see all your sub volume, so you have to just cd on at direct. And for ext4 users, you already are inside. So now what you have to do is you have to cd on etc folder. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to find this file. Okay, so we have to edit this fstab file, so you can use any of your favorite editor. So I'm going to use nano. Okay, so then file name, so fstab. So this is all the basic file. So like I recommend you to like take a screenshot or copy it somewhere. Okay, so we only need around this. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. Okay, so I'm going to create another. Okay, so to exit you have to press Ctrl and X, and now you have to cd. Okay, so a quick note, so the cd is really important. Okay, so otherwise you are going to get error in the future steps. So uh, another thing, like I'm going to copy it on my terminal. Okay, so I'm going to show you like what I have inside the same ext directory. So if you are going to try the next step, like which is sudo unmount /mnt, so you are going to get this error. Okay, so this kind of error or a busy message. So to fix it, you have to just cd and then do your work. Okay, so I'm going to copy it on another terminal. So now what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to just mount. Okay, and mnt. Okay, so a quick note before you do this, yeah, this is for only for Btrfs users. If you are ext4 users, so what you have to do is okay. So for the future part, I'm going to divide it in two sections, for the ext4 and for the Btrfs. So I recommend you to skip to your respected sections. So for the ext4, so what you have to do is, okay, so let's be okay. So as you see, like I have no mounted partition. Okay, so if you have like mounted partition as mnt, okay, your root partition as mnt, so you don't have to do this one step. Okay, so you have to just remount your root partition, so sda3 as mnt, and then you have to mount your uh, boot partition. Okay, so my boot partition is this sda1, so I'm going to make it a my boot partition sda1, and then mnt slash boot slash efi. Okay, then you have to press enter and you're going to be good to go. But I'm going to get an error because my files are not at root, my files are at the rate. Okay, because I'm a Btrfs user, so you have to just enter this and you're good to go. Okay, so like okay, for this is for the Btrfs users. Okay, so now what you have to do is, so you have to mount your main partitions. So you have to mount. Okay, so before mounting you have to check that you are totally unmounted, you have no mounted partition. If you have one, so just sudo you mount the partition mount address, and then you are good to go. So I am not mounted anymore. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mount a partition. Okay, so first of all, come back to this fstab file. Okay, so now as you can see here, like, so first partition is going to be a sda3. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Wait, first of all you have to copy this one, sub till sub volume equals to. Okay, and now you have to type sudo mount o, and then this, paste it, and then you have to type it partition. Okay, so my partition is here, as you can see, dev slash sda3. So I'm going to type dev slash sda3. So what we have here is a root partition. So my root partition, we mount it by default on mnt, so slash mnt. Okay, so it is mounted successfully. Now you have to mount another partition. Okay, so as we seen previously, like we have two sub volumes. Okay, one is root at direct and one is home. So let's search for home. Okay, so we have this root and this home directory. Okay, so what we are going to do is, let's mount the home one first. Okay, so just let me paste it, and then let's hit a drive. Okay, so it's also same for sda3, so just type slash sda3, then okay, so we have same drive, so I'm going to mount. Okay, so I'm going to mount it on same mnt, then see this is a home, so mnt slash home, and this is going to mount. Okay, so the next step, we remain this efi partition. Okay, so for this efi partition, what we're going to do is, we're going to mount. Okay, so sudo mount you have to remember that you don't have to add this dash o on this boot partition. What you're going to basically do is just you need this address. Okay, so you have to mount this. Okay, so you have to mount, sorry, you have to mount tab slash sda. Okay, so your boot partition, my boot partition is sda1, so sda1, and you have to mount it slash mnt and other address. Okay, so which is mnt slash boot slash efi. Okay, so we are perfectly mounted. You can see slsblk. Okay, for those who are wondering that there is one swap partition, I'm not like mounting it because like it's already mounted automatically, and this doesn't affect anything if you mount it or not. Okay, so it's time to like chroot. So we have to mount, sorry, bind some partition. Okay, so now you have to do is sudo mount, then bind, then dev slash part of your dev directory. So part should be mnt slash dev, and then you had to bind your procs, your process directory, so which is roc, and here you have to change the roc. Okay, so now the last one is sys, and you have to write here also sys. Okay, now you have to chroot to a system, so sudo chroot slash mnt. Okay, for some system the chroot might be a bit different, like for arch it is arch dash chroot, so be sure to check it out you if you got any error. So just chroot. Okay, so we are inside the root environment. Okay, so just to verify that you can just go to home. You can see your user that you had created, your account. Okay, so I had created my Ubuntu as Kamal, so it's so Kamal. So we are successfully in the Ubuntu. So now we had to do is we had to just install the grub. So there are two versions of grub, for those who are uefi and for those who are not in uefi. Okay, so you have to just copy this and just paste it to the terminal. Okay, so you have to paste them one by one, so I'm just pasting both of them together. Okay, so here at the id just change it to whatever you like, so I'm changing it to ugrub. Okay, for and then just press enter. So the first line is going to install your grub, and second one is going to make its configuration. So as you can see, it will generate all the file and reinstall the grub to our system. And non UEFI one, just copy it and just paste it, and your grub is going to be installed. Okay, so it's just detecting our system, so let's wait for a few minutes. Okay, so the process had been completed and it detected my Arch Linux. Okay, so now you successfully installed a grub again, and you're basically good to go. If you see this step like done, so you're good to go. You just had to just exit from here and just type reboot to basically restart a computer, and then you are going to boot on the grub and basically start the system. Okay, so as you can see, like we are inside our grub and it's working fine. So let's boot into our Ubuntu. So as you can see, it's working fine, and we are like just inside our Ubuntu and we are good to go. So thanks for watching the video. See you in the next video.